Mali Empire. The richest empire ever. What if I told you the richest man in history wasn't European, but African? Before we dive into the main story, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell notification button for more interesting video like this. In the 1300s, the Mali Empire controlled most of the world's gold. Its ruler, Mansa Musa, was so wealthy that when he traveled to Mecca in 1324, he gave away gold freely, to the poor, merchants, even strangers. But here's the shocking part. He gave away so much gold in Egypt that it crashed the economy and caused inflation for years. Kings begged him to stop spending. Imagine being so rich your generosity breaks entire cities. And this wasn't even Africa's only golden empire. Timbuktu, Africa's forgotten university city before Oxford became famous. Africa already had universities. In medieval Timbuktu, thousands of students studied law, science, astronomy, and medicine. The city held over 700,000 handwritten manuscripts, many older than European libraries. Scholars traveled across deserts just to study here. Yet today many still believe Africa had no written history. But one hidden manuscript proves that belief completely wrong. Africa controlled global trade routes. What if Africa once controlled global trade? Medieval African empires dominated Saharan and Indian Ocean trade. Gold, salt, ivory, and textiles flowed from Africa to Europe, the Middle East, India, even China. African merchants set prices. Foreign traders followed African rules. Africa wasn't isolated. Africa was the center. And one African kingdom terrified foreign merchants the most. Ethiopia, Christian before Europe. Did you know Africa became Christian before most of Europe? The kingdom of Aksum adopted Christianity in the 4th century, centuries before many European states. While Europe struggled through the Dark Ages, Ethiopian monks preserved ancient texts, architecture, and traditions. Africa wasn't behind history, was ahead of it. And their churches hid a secret no invader could destroy. Great Zimbabwe, built without cement. These massive stone walls were built without cement, or machines. Between the 11th and 15th centuries, Africans built Great Zimbabwe using perfect stone placement alone. Walls stood over 10 meters high. No mortar. No glue. Europeans once claimed Africans couldn't build this. They were wrong. And the real builders were erased from textbooks. Africa's warrior queens. Medieval Africa had warrior queens, real ones. Queen Amina of Zaza led armies, conquered cities, and expanded her empire through war. She ruled with strategy, not permission. African women weren't silent in history. They commanded it. And she wasn't the only queen history tried to forget. Africa's advanced iron technology. Africa mastered steel before Europe. African societies independently developed advanced iron smelting technology, producing tools and weapons centuries ahead of others. Some furnaces were hotter than modern European ones. Africa didn't borrow technology. It created it. And this technology powered empires you've never heard of. Swahili Coast, Africa's ocean kings. Africa once ruled the Indian Ocean. Swahili city-states like Kilwa and Mombasa built coral stone cities and minted gold coins. They traded with Arabia, India, and China, by sea. Africa wasn't landlocked. It was maritime. And foreign empires desperately wanted this coastline. Africa on medieval European maps. Europe once drew Africa as the land of kings. Medieval maps like the Catalan Atlas showed African rulers crowned and holding gold. Europe knew Africa was powerful. The idea of a dark continent came later. So who rewrote Africa's image, and why? Africa's ancient constitution. Africa had human rights before Europe. In the 13th century, the Kurukan-Fuga Charter set laws on justice, freedom, and social order. It existed centuries before the Magna Carta. Africa wasn't lawless. It was organized. And this charter still influences lives today. To watch the full video, click the link on our bio, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting hidden historical fact.